Yeah, San Mateo County Sheriff Office says they believe the man responsible for the shooting and killing of 7 people. They have identified him now.
KTVU's Allie Rasmus joins us live with the latest on this developing story. Allie.
Well, Sal, what we don't know yet are the identities of the 7 people who were killed in this shooting, and it could take the coroner's office and authorities some time to identify the people involved and the victims of this, and that's because a lot of the victims are people who worked at these farms, 2 mushroom farms, where in Half Moon Bay where the shootings, 2 separate shootings took place at the hands of the same gunman, and a lot of them don't have close family nearby. Now, earlier this morning, we talked to and met 2 people who live nearby, and they said that they were looking for information on their 2 cousins who work at one of those mushroom farms. The man told us that the manager of one of those farms called him and told him one of his cousins was one of the victims of the shooting, and a second cousin was the man who was shot and seriously injured and taken to the hospital. Now, the 2 men we met out here don't speak English, but told us in Spanish that the morning after this tragedy, they are still trying to track down information firsthand from authorities about their cousins.
Se siente uno pues bien gacho, pues bien desesperado, pues más lo hago yo por la tía, pues que estaba preocupada por él, pues desde anoche pues pregunta y como tienen teléfono.
Hospital they are at. In Spanish, the man told us, "We feel horrible, desperate. We want to know where they are," talking about their 2 cousins and what hospital they're at. The man identified as the shooter is 67-year-old Chun-Li Zhao. After shooting and killing 7 people at 2 separate farms in Half Moon Bay, sheriff's deputies say he then drove himself to the sheriff's substation and sat in his car. A deputy spotted and arrested him. This tragedy happened in the middle of the day while people were working on those 2 farms. About 20 workers and their children, some of whom witnessed this violence, are now all temporarily staying at a hotel that county and city leaders have provided. They're also providing the workers with some financial resources and mental health support.
The trauma is going to be within the entire community, and we're going to have to work with the county and, again, all of our wonderful nonprofits here to make sure that everybody that has been impacted, that is feeling the burden of this, is able to get those services over the next several weeks.
And sheriff's deputies say they've recovered the gun that the gunman, Chun-Li Zhao, apparently used. They believe he acted alone. As for a motive in this, that is still unclear. There are reports that Zhao may have worked at one of the farms where these shootings happened. And as for the 2 men we spoke with earlier, they said we were able to put them in touch with the Half Moon Bay City manager, and they went in and spoke with some of the authorities. They got their information, and they said, we don't have any more information for you. We'll contact you once we have more information on your loved ones and your family members. So later this morning, we also met another man who was out here looking for his ex-wife. He and his ex-wife have 3 kids. He has the children, but he said around 3 o'clock yesterday afternoon, his wife called him frantically, said pick up the kids, and wasn't able to tell him anything else, just hung up the phone. And his wife works at the Concord Mushroom Farm. That's one of the locations where the shooting happened. So he was out here at the sheriff's office as well, trying to get more information about the mother of his children. So a lot of people still have some questions about tracking down their loved ones, finding out their whereabouts, if they survived. So a lot of angst and anguish out here from people affected directly by this tragedy. Send it back to you guys at the desk.